What's up, guys, and welcome back to my reading journey. Hope we're all absolutely fantastic, and today, as usual, we're gonna continue with Aristotle's Nicomachean Ethics. It's gonna be the second part of the fifth chapter of the fifth book, so let's get started. This is true of the other crafts also, for they would have been destroyed unless they produced or produced the same thing, of the same quantity and quality as the thing affected underwent. For no community for exchange is formed from two doctors. It is formed from a doctor and a farmer, and in general from people who are different and unequal and must be equalized. This is why all items for exchange must be comparable in some way. Currency came along and do exactly these. And in a way, it becomes an intermediate since it measures everything and so measures excess and efficiency. For instance, how many shoes are equal to a house. Hence, as builder is to a shoemaker, so must the number of shoes to be a house. For if this does not happen, there will be no exchange and no community. But proportionate equality will not be reached unless they are equal in some way. Everything then must be measured by some one measure, as we said before. In reality, the measure is need, which holds everything together. For if people needed nothing or needed things to different extents, there would be either no exchange or not the same exchange. Not the same exchange. And currency has become a sort of pledge of need by convention. In fact, it has its name, numisma, because it is not by nature, but by the current law, nomos. And it is in our power to alter it and to make it useless. Reciprocity will be secured then, when things are equalized, so that the shoemaker's product is to the farmers as the farmer is to the shoemaker. However, they must be introduced into the figure of proportion, not when they have already exchanged, and one extreme has both excesses, but when they still have their own. In that way, they will be equals and members of a community because this sort of equality can be produced in them. Let A be a farmer, C food, B shoemaker, and D his product that has been equalized. If this sort of reciprocity were not possible, there would be no community. Now, clearly, need holds a community together as a single unit, since people with no need of each other, both of them, or either one, do not exchange as they exchange whenever another requires what one has oneself, such as wine, when they allow the export of corn. These then must be equalized. If an item is not required at the moment, currency serves to guarantee us a future exchange, guaranteeing that the item will be there for us if we need it. For it must be there for us to take if we pay. Now the same thing happens to currency as other goods, and it does not always count for the same. Still, it tends to be more stable, hence everything must have a price. For in that way there will always be exchange, and then there will be community. Alright, guys, so we've done with the second part of this chapter, and tomorrow is going to be the final one. Thank you for joining me today in this reading session, this video. I hope you enjoyed the journey. See you tomorrow. Bye.